In our September-October updates for this year, I discussed how we were working on Song School Spanish, and a number of people contacted me asking for more information on Song School Spanish, how we use it, and all of those fun details. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Hi, my name is Jennifer. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you are here. On this channel, we talk about all things homeschool. I do have a 5th grade daughter, and we are just having a blast on this journey. And here we just share with you our journey and what is happening. And I am enjoying so much getting to know you through YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I'd really appreciate it. Today we are talking all about Spanish. Now we have been using Song School Spanish for almost a year. So we started in January, and we took some of the summer off. We went really slowly through the summer, and now we're almost finished with book 1. Now, again, my daughter is in 5th grade, and this is a K through 3. It's recommended kindergarten through 3rd grade, and so she is in 5th grade, and we're getting ready to start for Song School Spanish, and this is for 2nd or 3rd grade. Comes with the curriculum for both Song School Spanish 1 and 2. This is the student book, and in the back of the student book you have the CDs. So these are the songs. And then you also have the teacher's manual, and so this is the teacher's guide, and we'll talk about this more in a little bit. Then finally you have the DVDs, and so this is where the lessons are taught. You also can get flashcards. So I'm going to go through and talk a little bit about the way we use Song School Spanish 1, how I'm looking at using Song School Spanish 2, and what we think. All of those good things. So for Song School Spanish 1, I'll just start by saying I didn't use the teacher's manual, and I kind of wish that I did now, which is why I purchased the teacher's manual for Song School Spanish 2. But what the manual entails is it is the answers to all of the worksheets in Song School Spanish in the workbook, and it has all of the pages. So these are your pages within the workbook. But what it also entails, and this is what I didn't use that I really wish that I would have, are these extra worksheets. So for each of the lessons in the teacher's manual, you do have an extra worksheet to go over what you had discussed during that lesson. Now, again, I didn't use these, but what I'm going to do, I believe, is to use them in between Song School Spanish 1 and 2 for just some review, and then also intersperse it a little bit throughout 2, again for review. You also in the back have the answers to your worksheets. So the teacher's manual is not a necessity. We use Song School Spanish 1 without the teacher's manual, but just for the extra practice, I kind of wish I had used it more. But the way it is set up is you have the DVD, and on the DVD you have a teacher that does a very short lesson about Spanish. And so for example, you can see the very beginning, these are your words to learn. So she would go over each of these words in the lesson. She would give you some examples. She would ask you to repeat it, and it's a short lesson to talk about Spanish. And then you have chapter songs, and so that is where your DVD or your CD comes in. The songs are English and Spanish together. So for example, now I am not a very good Spanish speaker. I don't have the right accent. It's really hard for me to speak Spanish. But you can see it says, "Here comes maestra," and then "Hola, hola." So teach Los Estudiantes, students. So for a lot of these songs, it will mix the English and the Spanish to really give context as to what that Spanish word is, and it's very effective actually to do both the English and Spanish in that same song. So for each lesson, you have about 1 to 2 songs. It depends on the lesson as to how many songs you have, but then you have the alphabet, and then you get into practicing your Spanish. So this is where you need to do some copy work and tracing for the different words. And then they have, again, here is a worksheet. So listen to your teacher read the story and fill in the blanks with either hola or adios. And so that is a very good example of the pages in the workbook. You also have the words to all of the songs. So each song, you'll have the words included in the workbook. Have some matching of the pictures to the words. So these are, it's a very, very nice workbook, I think, kindergarten through 3rd grade. Here's another. You circle the correct English meaning for each Spanish word, so it gives you your options. So then we purchased these cards. So these are nice cards. They have on here, here's your Spanish, and then at the bottom it will say the English, or you can have the English and at the bottom it will say the corresponding Spanish. We use these for so many different games. So we will use them as flashcards. We use them to play memory, where you have to match, like a memory, you'd have to match the Spanish card and the English card. We use them to play Go Fish. We use them for charades. We use them for Pictionary. So we really do use these cards quite a bit for practicing our Spanish words. For Homeschool Spanish 1, you have a total of 31 chapters, and these are the different subjects of each chapter, and then you have the glossary and the appendix. And so you're talking a lot of introductory in Homeschool Spanish 1. You have like mother, father, the part, people within your family. You have some general parts of the body, general animals, colors, numbers, the alphabet, those types of words. And then you have 44 songs. And so again, you have 1 to 2 songs per lesson. They do have this set up as a 3-day, 3 days per lesson. So you can see you have day 1, day 2, and day 3. So they want you to have the introductory on day 1, practice on day 2, and then review on day 3. Now there is some information on classicacademicpress.com that you can download. We have not been using it because, again, we have the DVDs. Just with our internet connection not being extremely reliable, I try to avoid anything that I have to have the internet for a download. It doesn't always work really well. So for Songschool, so that's basically how Songschool Spanish 1 works. Now we did expand that a little bit. Instead of a 3-day, we did like a 4 to 5 day per lesson. We took it slow and had so much fun with it, and we're enjoying Spanish. My daughter is enjoying Spanish a lot. She is a little concerned about the level now because she is in 5th grade. She doesn't like tracing so much anymore. For Songschool Spanish Book 2, so this is the 2nd book, again, you're going to have 31 chapters, and it is set up, a lot of the same way. 31 chapters, and then you have 29 songs, And again, each chapter has a song. So for example, for chapter 1, you have new vocabulary, review vocabulary, and then the song. You'll have the work pages again. And here's where you can draw the picture. And then for chapter 2, you're going to start the days of the week. So you have new vocabulary and review vocabulary. Now, they also still have the tracing for Song School Spanish 2. It is set up very much like Song School Spanish 1, except now you have new vocabulary and review vocabulary for each chapter. For the teacher's edition for Song School Spanish 2, it's set up the same way. You have the pages from the student book with the answers. There are activities. They talk about games. And here's for chapter 12, for example, here's an entire page for the extra activities that you can have. And then in the back, in the appendix, there are fewer worksheets and more actual activities that they want you to do. So you can see there's small group activities. They have information about making birthday cards. There's also pages that you can color. There's animals that you can color. And then they have an activity game. So this is more activities, less worksheets in this Song School Spanish 2 Teacher's Manual. And again, Song School Spanish 2 also comes with the vocabulary cards for the new vocabulary words you're going to have. So I hope that this has been helpful, and I hope that it has answered your questions. If it did not, and you have any additional questions, please make sure you leave those down below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. I really appreciate you asking for more information about this, and I hope that I have provided it. I hope that you have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.